Old Gloriana Fights in the Fox Valley, Appleton area. They took 50 Vietnam vets back to Vietnam for 2 weeks, and tonight is the welcome home ceremony for those 50 Vietnam vets at a local high school. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to check out the event. I think it's going to be an amazing, welcome back ceremony. I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be very emotional for a lot of people. Think about the Vietnam vets. They didn't really get the best homecoming. So I'm going to go check this out. It should be a pretty cool night. All right, let's go. Well, I hope it's in the picture. Here I am at National High School in Wisconsin. We're getting ready for the Vietnam vets to come back home here. So I got Pierce trucks here with a giant American flag behind me. This is a pretty sweet setup, so I can't wait for the veterans to get back.
This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I went a-walking that ribbon of highway, and I saw above me that endless skyway, I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me a voice was a-sounding, this land was made for you and me. There was a big high wall there that tried to stop me. The sign was painted, said private property.
Okay, so I'm at National High School. I rolled in and I walked into the high school and I ran into actually kind of like a co-worker. We volunteered together. Retired Admiral Jerry Clusen. He works with the SGR and he's a part of Vietnam Veterans of America as well.
Exactly.
How awesome is this event, Jerry?
This is great. I've been to ones at the Appleton Airport, welcoming the guys from the East Coast on their flight. So today is special.
Right.
These guys returning from now.
Right. This is a pretty cool event. I hope other places pick this event up and they do it more often for other events. Would you agree?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is where it all comes together. You're here with fellow vets. You don't even know these people, but we all have something in common. And the family support. Friends and family. It's awesome.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Alright, it's really, really quiet. We gotta stay quiet. The vets are outside. They're coming in. Hey, just got out of the welcome home ceremony for the
52 Vietnam vets that went back to Vietnam for 2 weeks through Old Glory Honor Flights up here in Wisconsin. I'm in Menasha, Wisconsin, and this was a very emotional, event for a lot of people. Even one of my close friends that I was just there with, he got pretty emotional about it. I think it's a lot. It has to do with how the Vietnam vets were treated when they got home to a very unwelcoming society. There's a lot of raw emotion. Some of the guys that were here, they went 3 times, and they were in some pretty hellacious battles over there in Vietnam. They wanted us to be quiet, and we stood quiet, like thousands of people in the gym. We were quiet for like 10-15 minutes, and all of a sudden they opened the doors and the band went off. Everyone started cheering, and then it was good. It was solid. It's such a good event. Really would like to see this type of stuff go on throughout the country. Wisconsin isn't the only state, obviously, that has Vietnam vets. So I would love to see maybe more communities and organizations try to step up and maybe try to do something like this. And I'm very honored to be a part of such an amazing community. This is the type of stuff that we need to be doing for our vets. So anyway, yeah, awesome.
The Return to Nam event for those 52 Vietnam vets from northeastern Wisconsin, that was a tremendous event. That was unbelievable. I'm so honored that I had the ability to go there and see the emotion and this, just the stories. And I think the biggest thing that hit me, the impact, was the community. There's people there that I was getting out of my truck, walked over to the fire trucks that you saw in the video, and then there was this lady that was across the street, and she came over to me and the guys that run the fire trucks, and she's like, what's going on? She didn't know what was going on, and we thought she was joking, and we were like, well, there's 52 Vietnam vets that are coming back from Vietnam. And she was like, what? Really? I didn't know anything about it. So it was kind of cool to see the reaction. And she walked inside and she just hung out. So it was the community. 52 separate stories of service, but then they all came together and they created one story of going back to Nam. So it was a pretty emotional night last night. I saw a lot of people that I knew. Think me being, and kind of in the public eye up here with what I do in the community and my full-time job, it was awesome to kind of just talk and be focused on something that's so important, because we have to remember that those Vietnam vets didn't have that type of welcome home. They didn't. That is clear and cut across the board. Not all of those Vietnam vets had that. Probably none. I remember my 9th grade U.S. history teacher, he told me about it. He got off the plane and there was no welcome home. I think he went to a college campus to go to college, and he was eating lunch, and he told me that a lady sat down in front of him at the lunch table, and she straight up asked him, what was it like to be a baby killer? And he punched her right in the face. I've grown older to understand just the straight disrespect that the Vietnam vets had. I get it. So I was so proud to be there last night. Absolutely amazed. And it was fun to share that with fellow veterans in the area too. So, but that's the episode. If you know a Vietnam vet, highly encourage you to reach out to them and just talk to them, and maybe kindly ask them, maybe ask them a story if they wanted to share. Don't pry, don't push. But it was pretty cool. So, but anyway, that was the episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.